Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars signs, and welcome to your reading at this time. All of my readings are timeless, so whenever you come across it is when the messages are meant to resonate with you. So starting with the Star Seed Oracle, you have the card of Big Picture Thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. The Pleiadians support us in the important stage of Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all of its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think. For it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. How are you being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? It's funny. So the clarifying cards with the Ethereal Visions Tarot, we have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So it's funny because when I saw it, oh, they're backwards. I was thinking 9 to 5. I literally just watched 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin, which was... It was a very basic movie, but it was kind of interesting at the same time. Anyway, the Five of Wands. Wands in general represent the reflection of our core inner being. So how you perceive and believe things on the inside can manifest in your external reality. The Five of Wands can be a card of conflict. This is the card of working with others. There could be some sort of competitive energy. The Nine of Wands may be a suggestion of feeling like you've put in a lot of hard work. You may be kind of exhausted, but you have to keep going and pursuing to get the desired results. With the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, this deck right here, you have the Ten of Air. The process of individuation leads to becoming oneself, to stepping away from the external forces that we believe define us, to becoming an independent being who recognizes and embraces their own uniqueness and individuality. It's about removing the mask we present to the public so that we are liked and respected and accepted, the face we wear so we fit in and belong. No longer are our public face and private life very different. We present our face to the world, and if it's not liked, then so be it. If it makes us a black sheep in a flock of white sheep, then so be it. We would rather be honest and accepted by the few than to be what family or society expects. Individuation is being who we are meant to be as opposed to being the person society tells us we should be. It is breaking free from caring about what people think of us because we love who we are and what we do with our life. We are free, liberated, because we are not bound by others' opinions of us or our actions, the constraints of society, or the impediments of our past. It is integrating conscious and unconscious, soul and shadow, the masculine and the feminine, which is one of the cards that did want to come out for the original reading I had set up for you. I just didn't finish it, so I decided to start over, balancing our masculine and feminine energies and creating a whole where the self resides at the center. No longer does duality separate and divide. All is in harmony and working in unison. You are you, whole, complete, and ever evolving, and that evolution is not a linear process. It's a circumambulatory process of viewing the self and seeing it from multiple perspectives, and accepting and integrating all of the facets and aspects into the whole. No aspect is ugly or beautiful, none good or bad, none better or worse. Each has its place and purpose as part of the beautiful whole. To individuate is to understand paradox and accept that you are one. You are human. To be a whole and complete human is to be paradoxal. To individuate is to see and know your potential and to step forward into the unknown and meet it. You are willing to step away from all that you were so that you may become all that you choose to be. In this process, your perception is altered forever. You are forever transformed. No more are you willing to embrace old paradigms that limit and restrict, that espouse a belief that says you should not or cannot. You move forward into the great mystery with confidence, knowing that even when life offers conflict and chaos, when we remain at the center, we have peace. When the 10 of air appears in your reading, it represents a time in our life after we have chosen to step free of the mask and wear only one face in private and public. No longer do we hide our thoughts, beliefs, or feelings in order to be accepted, liked, or respected. We have turned our back on expectation, on convention, on mediocrity or normalcy, to embrace and accept who we are and stand tall and proud. It is time to separate yourself from the herd and to walk your own path. Step through the doorway and begin a life where new paradigms replace the old, and you are free to be the best that you can be, instead of the you society tells you you must be. Your clarifying cards. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. We have the Tower coming out reversed. So the Tower can be a great catastrophe, change, or shakeup, but with it reversed, it's almost like it may be a subtle shift, not necessarily like an end-all be-all type of situation. It can represent denial, avoidance, fear, and reluctance, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords can also warn against doing harm against others. But it's almost like you're shifting your reality. It's almost like in this card, because typically he's like falling from the top of the tower, right? And he's also wearing a mask. But with it this way, it's almost like he's flying in a sense. It's like your whole life isn't going to crumble here. There may be little sections that have to break off, pieces of your journey that need to be released. But for the most part, it's like your foundation isn't as cracked as you may feel it is at this time with this Three of Swords, these emotional heartaches. There's just subtle shifts that need to change. And this could even just be the perspective, right? Viewing and believing the dream of the world that you want to see in your physical reality, starting with how you kind of wish you could be in the world. Like, even if that's just learning to see things like finding the silver lining, right? So if you focus more on the silver linings of any situations, you kind of feel a calm presence in that energy instead of worry and chaos. So you're shifting your perspective, training yourself to see the good in the details. I was feeling called to pull you a card from the Native Spirit Oracle. This Oracle deck right here. What is the next step on the viewer's journey with the 10 of Airs? We have the Medicine Man or Medicine Woman. So you may be a medicine man or woman yourself in the healing arts. This may be a call to seek someone in this profession. Profound inner and outer healing is occurring, which kind of makes sense, right? The first cards that came out, we did have the Wands, which represent our inner core beliefs. You're a natural healer. You're on the mend, and or a situation is being resolved. Have faith that it's happening. You are a sacred healer. You are a medicine woman, medicine man of the soul. Every indigenous culture has a tradition of healers. Depending on the culture, they're called medicine men, medicine women, shamans, tohangas, kahunas, sangomas, or curanderos, among others. In every tradition, they're the individuals who are able to step between worlds to gain information, wisdom, and healing energies from their spirit allies. When this card chooses you, you are at the advent of healing emotional, physical, and mental wounds. Additionally, a powerful healing force is activating within you. So this could be shifting your perception, because although the Three of Swords shows a heart in it, being stabbed by swords, the heart is really our mind, right? When we're thinking about like lost loved ones or stuff like that, it's not necessarily the heart that is experiencing those emotions. It is actually the mind. So there may be a shift in, I need to shift in the perception. Like, even if you've lost people, like say you lost somebody physically, as in somebody passed away, maybe one way to shift your perspective is just to simply remember the beautiful moments you shared together. It could be in a relationship too, right? Perhaps a relationship ended badly. You can try to look at that relationship as, like, what did you learn about yourself from that experience? And that may give you a more optimistic kind of perspective and viewing of the situation and circumstances. Nature is one of our greatest healers, so spend time with the trees, soak up the rays of the sun, and dance in the rain. Everything in nature has the intrinsic ability to restore itself. You are part of the natural world, so you also have this innate ability. Often healing needs to occur on the inner planes before it can manifest on the outside. To assist this process, focus on what's great and let go of what isn't working. Hold a vision of the solution that you desire. Be patient and trust that recovery is occurring in its own time and way. So your animal spirit guide from the Wild and Known Animal Spirit. You have two that actually wanted to come out. The first one is the gazelle. So the gazelle represents heightened awareness and ability and vulnerability. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and racing mind. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. So your clarifying cards. We have the card of Temperance, which is a card of balancing one's emotions, one's give and take, giving to oneself as well as other. Finding that balance in your equilibrium, the grace of one's beauty of oneself. With the Four of Swords, which can be a call to meditate, to take time by yourself in your own energy to collect and calm your thoughts. One great way to do this is by listening every now and then. You can listen to like binaural beats on YouTube, which is just kind of soft music. It kind of just has a gentle way of soothing and calming the mind. And then, like, for me, I'll go outside on my balcony and just look at the trees, the birds, and just try to find the beauty in that natural kind of environment without any complications, right? Binaural beats, or like flute music or Tibetan singing bowls, things of that nature that are just kind of soft, kind of help balance and calm the mind. Whereas music with actual vocals and stuff have a way of amping up our feelings. So while yes, music can be a great healer, traditional music by like artists, celebrities, they can enhance one's mood. So say you're down and depressed or missing somebody, right? As in like matters of the heart, of love, and you put on music and it's a sad, melancholy song. That depression has a way of feeling good, so we listen to more and more of that music, which can be a beautiful release, especially if there are tears involved, but it can also pull you down into a dark hole. Just like if you were listening to, I don't know, I call it like bad bitch music or bad bitch rap, where you're trying to like pump up your Your confidence. Sometimes listening to too much of that music can actually like inflame the ego and you become an asshole, right? So listening to binaural beats sometimes has a way of calming and soothing without bringing you to more extremes. And meditation has a beautiful way of doing the same thing, of calming and relaxing the mind. Now, the other animal spirit guide, you have the firefly, which is basically an opportunity may come your way, but this opportunity will be fleeting. So this card does suggest that you grab the opportunity before it's gone. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, writes, creates, and brainstorms. When out of balance, burnt out and feels dull. To bring into balance, write a poem or draw. Your clarifying cards. We have the King of Cups, which can be a leader and deeply connected to one's emotions. So like emotional mastery. With the Three of Wands, letting you know that your ships are coming in. So the King of Wands isn't afraid of exploring his emotions. And one way you can definitely explore your emotions is through artistic avenues, writing, drawing, poetry, things of that nature. The Three of Wands lets you know that there are beautiful opportunities coming your way, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles does represent a tangible opportunity. This could be... I'm kind of getting the energy of like a job for somebody. There could be like a promotion or an offering of a position of some sort. But this opportunity is physical. It's tangible. It's not in the spiritual realms. It's something that you can physically have, hold, and touch sort of energy. Not that a job you can really have like touch or anything like that, but it's a physical opportunity, right? Whereas, say, the Ace of Cups or the Ace of Wands could be more in the spiritual abundance of karma. This I would see as more something tangible. It could even represent like somebody receiving an inheritance of some sort or money, right? We do have the Four of Cups, though, which does represent feeling emotionally discontent in your current emotional state. Perhaps this is in relationships. Perhaps you're just not feeling fully satisfied. But there are things coming in for you here. It's much like going back to this firefly. It's like the divine is offering you some sort of opportunity that may help get you out of any feeling of like lack or being stuck. Okay, so I've gone ahead and reshuffled the tarot cards that did come out for you. These are the cards of the main focus at this time. This is where your attention needs to be. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles are the main messages that Spirit wants you to focus on. So the Nine of Wands, battles that are half complete. You may feel you are struggling in most aspects of your life to maintain balance and position. It's taking a toll on your energy, but you are courageous and determined to see things through. Order, discipline, courage in the face of attacks, adversity, or stability that cannot be moved. While the Four of Cups, taking things for granted. Building yourself health-wise on the right path, you will be able to steer clear of unnecessary trouble. So definitely taking your health into consideration could be why this Tower is kind of coming up reversed in your reading. Building yourself up health-wise on the right path, you will be able to steer clear of unnecessary trouble, right? So this could represent like big trouble on the horizon, whereas reverse, it's kind of muted a little bit. It's not as serious. Cherish good times and meditate. Do some fun exercises is the guidance of the Four of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is the finer things in life, music and art. Warm-hearted and kind, maintain emotional maturity when dealing with bad vibes of others. Set clear boundaries for yourself, define what is not acceptable. Composed and in charge of one's own feelings. The Ace of Pentacles asks, the Ace of Pentacles represents new opportunities and prosperity and wealth, but it's not just about making money. This card signifies the potential for abundance, stability, and security as you work to make your dreams a reality. So for the closing message, I'm going to pull you a card from the Avalon Magic Oracle. What is the closing message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars signs? Please and thank you. Closing message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars signs. So this is the image, which is kind of reminding me of the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords represents overcoming obstacles and challenges and moving into clearer waters. Live your own authentic life with courage to be your true self. Renew your focus. So that's kind of going back to the original message of removing any false masks, right? Removing that mask, not needing to shapeshift or adapt to fit into situations, but to be true and authentic in who you are, what you desire, finding yourself and wearing that face in both private and public so that you can draw to you the people that share like-minded values, your actual tribe, as opposed to perhaps people that you may be trying to fit in with. Because trying to fit in and adapt to people that don't necessarily share your same morals or point of view can be what this Nine of Wands energy is. It's very exhausting, to be quite honest. It's kind of reminding me of, there's this movie, The In Crowd, which used to be one of my favorite movies when I was younger, and it's a really messed up sort of movie about, it starts off with a girl in a psych ward, and then she gets out and she has to be on good behavior, and then there's another popular girl who really should have been more in the psych ward than the original girl in the first place. You might want to check it out. I believe it's on Amazon Prime if you have it. But that's kind of that energy of trying to fit in with the popular kids, right? Like you're trying to adapt into situations that maybe you're not really happy, but you're trying to be liked. And this could offer as well a discontentment, like a disconnection from one's truer inner feelings and desires. So then once you break away from this energy and release the false mask, you step into this King of Cups energy, which is a master, is a leader, and this brand new beautiful opportunity comes in. The Ace of Pentacles can be represented by the Garden of Eden, coming home into one's self and true authenticity. So that is the reading I have for you at this time. I hope it resonates. Please feel free to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Many blessings. Live, love, and light. Take care.